Devil and See All.
Marigold Pepperbloom hadn't spoken to anyone in weeks, not since Grand Luna passed, leaving behind a kettle that whistled lullabies and a garden that bloomed from whispers. Marigold kept busy, sweeping invisible dust and arranging spoons by emotional temperature. She felt hollow, like someone had taken the middle out of her and left the edges behind. One evening, she found an old bell in Grand Luna's sewing basket. A note was attached. Ring when the silence becomes too loud. She tried. Nothing. Until a ladybug in morning lace flew out of the fireplace and said, "Grief locks the bell, but love finds the key." "Who are you?" "Archangel Petalwig, Grief Counselor, Wing Division. Your journey starts now." Q Waffle, a broody dragonfly who smelled of rosemary and regret. "Get on," he sighed. "You're due in Blue Hollow. Bring tissues." Blue Hollow was quiet, but not empty. The wind carried echoes of what used to be. A child's laugh, a kettle's whistle, a lullaby hummed through trees. Marigold followed the sound of her grand's voice to a glowing willow tree. Beneath it sat a faded version of herself. She asked, "Why does everything still hurt?" The faded Marigold replied softly, "Because you haven't let yourself miss her out loud." And then the tree dropped a leaf that said, "Grief is love's echo. Let it sing." She cried until the ground sighed, and the moon leaned in to listen. And in that moment, the bell in her satchel quietly chimed. Queen Whistlethump arrived on a raft made of memories and marshmallows, wearing a cloak stitched from old lullabies. "You showed up," the queen whispered. "That's the bravest thing anyone grieving can do." She held Marigold's hand. "The world tells us to move on." "Rubbish. You move with, like dancing with ghosts." The queen handed her a tiny lantern for the nights when sorrow sneaks up like a raccoon in a tutu. "Light it. Let yourself feel everything." They sat in silence, sipping moon brew and staring at the stars, until even grief felt like it had been gently held. When Marigold returned to the garden, it bloomed. Not because Gran was gone, but because love still lived in every petal. She rang the bell. This time it sang, not to call Gran back, but to say, "You are not alone." Marigold began to speak to the stars, the tea, the earth, and in doing so, Gran stayed, not in body, but in belonging. Why don't ladybugs cry at funerals? Because they know the dearly departed just flew to a better garden. Moral of the story: grief is not a problem to solve. It's love learning to speak a new language. Let it echo. Let it ache. Let it be funny sometimes too. The bugs are with you, and the queen never forgets a heart learning how to heal.
Until next time, your Sea Star Kiracy, channeled by 3611027, the Beautiful Whisperer. Our Sea Star Devil and CO. Apply the news you can use.
Have I given you a clue?
Devil and See All.